when I saw this tour be announced, I was like, I need to get these two guys on the show because I love both of them. So I spoke to a genie and he said, "Do you really want to waste your last wish on Jaret and Frank?" I went, "Yes, I do." And here they are.
That's right. That's a good
Excellent.
wish,
What were
and
your
it's
what were the
yeah,
other two?
Uh, KFC and there's a tank of petrol.
Very
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
That latter one,
KFC, you
right
could have
up.
gotten back. You could have gotten KFC backstage at the Bowling for Soup show. You know this.
What? No, I did not know this. I wasn't
Yeah,
backstage at Barley for Soup Show.
Not
you know,
yet.
we like the KFC over there. We don't eat that here, but over there it's way better.
Yes. Oh, good. I'm glad that you agree because I thought when I was in America, I tried it. I was like, this is awful. How did they wrote out their own
No,
recipe?
it's not good.
But by contrast, I was once brought to tears by Domino's Pizza in America. Domino's in the UK is kind of terrible, but it's a reliable hangover go-to, right? Would you agree with
Yep.
that, Simon?
Yeah, I
And
agree.
I was on my own. I'd been on my own for about 6 weeks, living in a motel in Los Angeles and achieving nothing with my time. And I was really depressed and hungover. And I ordered a Domino's pizza. And the Domino's in America is a completely different beast to what it is in the UK, and it's terrible.
It's
Um,
awful.
and I actually had a cry.
Yeah. It is
So
it's so you know, Domino's, they have really just messed that up over the years.
yeah.
Like it was good in the 80s, but they've really messed it up now.
Well,
This
and
is the history lesson we all needed.
yeah, I think we've covered most of the topics you've got on your list there, Simon. I would have
Yeah.
thought that.
So enjoy the tour. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.
Yeah, wonderful.
Right. So obviously, yes, we are here because of Bowl My Bones tour.
Yes.
Are you set on that name? Because I have come up with a couple of others.
Um,
If it's good to change it at
I
all.
thought it was better. I'm open to suggestion. I thought it was better than Soup My Bones. But
Yeah,
yeah,
true.
Just got five
And
suggestions. I thought you might want to take
okay,
one.
and
I
well,
definitely want to hear them.
we have printed the art, but let's just go for it anyway.
Yeah,
What's it?
but Jared, we haven't got the tour tattoos yet.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That is true.
tape drunk heart,
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
drunk enough to Turner.
Okay.
Good.
I still believe this is a hangover you don't deserve.
Oh, I like that.
I like
It's
that. That's good.
Or
That's called a lot of real estate for a tattoo.
yeah. Then there's punk rock campfire.
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah,
that's
I
actually
see that.
really good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
This is my favorite one. Frankly, this is soup.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Okay.
I like punk rock campfire as my
Yeah.
favorite out of all those.
My only reservation, or which might also be a recommendation about Punk Rock Campfire, is the number of people who think that's what that EP that I put out is called anyway, because they're incapable of reading, apparently. Which some people are, so let's be generous with that. But still, it's the other one I get all the time is people who love the album Love Song and Ire. And it's just like, but it's not that.
It is. It's fine. Just accept it.
Right. Well, okay, there we go.
So you're sticking with bowl my bones, just to be sure.
I think that
Yeah.
presses have,
I think that's our plan. I
Okay.
think
yeah,
that
but
is
we
a good
appreciate your input enormously.
Yeah. I just say
We'll
I thought
call,
put it out
we'll call you.
there. It's fine. You got my number. So right. Who was the first person who came up with this idea? I feel like this is very you, Frank. Put
I
it together.
will take that as a compliment. I mean, well, what I would say, and I mean, I'm sort of not going to answer the question, but I will say this, which is that like it is a very common thing for two musicians who are friends to say, particularly after a couple of beers, we should go on tour together. Do you know what I mean? I've said that to so many people over the years, and it 99.9% of the time doesn't happen. Partly because quite often it's not a great idea, but also just the amount of scheduling. It's not just me and Jaret have to agree. There's a lot of other
right.
people involved. I mean, not, our respective bands, but also agents and managers and promoters and so many other people. But I feel like we've been saying that to each other for a long time now, Jaret.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. It's just the stars actually have to align,
Yeah.
and it's one of those things where the desire is there. And I mean, and it's what I mean, quite frankly, it happens sometimes where we agree to tour with a band and we all want it to happen and it just cannot happen because of as you said schedules and because we've all kind of got our plan for the
Yeah.
next year and a half to 2 years of our careers. Like everybody, you've got it all mapped out. And so this actually came together pretty nicely, actually, and everybody was excited
Yeah.
about it from the get go, and I think it's just good timing too.
Yeah.
And we both needed to get back to Australia, um,
Well, we were
and
both in Australia together last time we were there at Good Things
that's right.
Festival, and we were
Yeah,
hanging out there. And I think that I would, if we had to pick a moment when this went from kind of like idle drunk talk to an actual plan, I think
yeah,
that would probably be it. Because as you say, we were both talking about the fact that post that festival, we should go back there. We should do more.
yeah.
And you guys hadn't been in Australia for like 1,000 years or something prior to that,
It had
right?
been a bit, yeah. It had been, I think, yeah, 13 years or something crazy like that. And so and it was kind of that was one of those things where you sort of get your numbers every year, and it's like, why are we not going here? It's our third biggest streaming country or whatever. And we did the same thing with Canada too. It's just but I think that there's a lot of reasons behind that, but we Australia just has become a priority for us, and so and the fact that it was for you too, and
Yeah.
yeah, it lined up great. And then then the UK, to be honest, is a dream come true for me because I was a fan before we knew each other, and so for that to line up, for us to be doing Wembley, and then to get this opportunity to do these summer castles and stuff, and then
Yeah.
and Frank to be available to do it with us, man. I mean,
Yeah. It's
it's
it's going to be awesome. Jared, I have to say that Simon is you're from Hampshire, which is where I'm from. We're from
Yes.
the same neck of the where are you actually from?
Fareham.
You're from Fareham.
I'm in Fareham right now.
You're from Fareham right now.
Yeah.
My mum used to go on when we had to do a big shop. We went to Fareham. Do you know what I mean? Like there were closer supermarkets that were smaller, but if it was a big shop, it was Fareham. So yeah, so we're from very much the same part of the world. And Jared, so the place we're playing in Southampton, we're doing the Guildhall Summer Sessions. And the bad news is it's not a castle, unlike some of the others.
got it,
I
got
hope that you're not going to now bail on the show. The good news, Jarrett, is the Southampton Guildhall is a venue that, as a kid, as a like a 14-year-old, I went to shows there. I remember once standing in the middle of the floor with my two friends who I was in a crap punk band with, at a battle of the bands at the Guildhall, and saying to the others, "One day we're going to play the Battle of the Bands at the Southampton Guildhall," and they were just like, "Get out of here! It's never going
yeah.
to happen." And I've headlined it a number of times in the past, and now we're playing outside, which is even bigger. And it's kind of, you'll meet my mum. It's going to be quite the occasion.
Well, the Southampton Guildhall is also the site of the only fist fight we've ever been in Bowling for Soup in the United Kingdom.
What
So
what the hell?
yeah, so
With who?
so some because it's what's crazy is it's located right near the police station is right behind it,
Yeah,
and so it's all on CCTV, and some guys coming out of a bar had picked a fight with the guitar tech from one of the support bands. And the next thing I know, my band has them, all on the ground, and then that band Farce from the
yeah, yeah.
UK were with us, and it was kind of like all of us versus a bar full of people, and it was pretty wild for a minute, but the police showed up, and
I mean,
and
Simon, I don't know about you. I'm sort of caught between feeling deeply embarrassed and sort of proud.
I'm looking forward to
yeah,
the rematch.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I
I
mean, that wasn't. It certainly wasn't me. It might have been Simon, but it wasn't me.
Yeah, I don't think it was you guys. I don't think there was anybody as tall as you, Frank, for
Okay,
sure. But
that's good. Right.
the story goes though there was a guy though that did show up at the end of all of this mess, and he was obviously like ex-military or whatever. And the dude had come up to us and was you just could tell like this guy's a loose cannon. Like something bad could happen here if we don't talk our way out of this, or some police showed up. But anyway, the guy mid sentence removed his ear from the side of his head and put it in his shirt pocket right here, and it was just like, oh man, this is about to go down, and fortunately for us, it didn't.
Just to clarify, this is a prosthetic ear of some kind.
Prosthetic ear,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah, he
it
didn't
like
actually
just
just
sort
pull
of
his ear off his head.
Yeah, no, he didn't. He removed it. That's what I said.
No, no,
It
but
was
it wasn't his actual ear that he ripped from his skull.
now I don't know if he didn't rip it from his skull. It was you could see like the hooks on the side of his head where
Okay,
like
so
it
yeah, so it was a removable ear.
yeah, like a Christmas ornament. You
Yeah,
know,
right,
just
right. But what I'm saying is he didn't. If I looked at you and just went and ripped
he
that off,
didn't rip his ear off.
okay,
No,
there
he
we go.
didn't.
I just wanted to clarify that he didn't actually rip his ear off. I mean, if he had, I would have surrendered immediately.
We would have all ran different directions and hoped for the best.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know where to go with this. I got some actual questions, but this is quite fun just talking about fights at Southampton.
Go on.
We
Hey,
probably should answer the questions.
yeah.
So on the live stream when you guys first announced this tour, you were saying, I think it was you, Frank, said about basically it's a coastline tour and nobody wants to headline because you want to sit back and watch your
Yeah,
buddies drink
Yes.
yeah.
and when perform, you want to have a drink and watch your buddies perform. So how are you deciding who's going to headline? Is it going to be rock, paper, scissors each night? And who loses has the headline?
It's a fist fight outside a bar after
Yeah,
every show.
we're gonna flip that guy's ear every night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how that's being
No.
decided,
The
and
thing about that, genuinely, what generally tends to happen with these is that agents get together and fight each other and rip each other's ears off
yeah,
and have arguments about it. And I don't know about you, Jared. I mean, I think it would be sort of slightly undignified to care all that much, personally. You know
no,
what I mean?
no, I
Like, we're all there for the show.
no, again, I like going in the middle, and it's my favorite thing in the world. But I understand somebody has to go last, so
Yeah.
um, we'll figure it out. Either way, it's going to be great, and either way, we get to see each other's bands. Our bands have hit it off too, so it's just even our band and crew are all buddies, and so it's just going to be a fantastic day, no matter what.
Yeah. Our crew have done a crew mind meld,
They have.
and which is wonderful to see. They start talking to each other in clicks and whistles. It's great. Yeah, I think it's going to be such a great tour. I'm really excited about it.
Same.
Also, American Hi-Fi opening. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
That is one of those things where those guys, we brought those guys over there in 2005, I believe, maybe 2006. It was around there anyway, and you know, loved it. We took them around the U.S. as well back then, and we've remained friends with those guys for 20 plus years. And we ended up doing one of those music cruises together recently, the Rock Boat. And they were like, "Hey, we're gonna do a new record, and we want to tour. We want to get back to the UK." And so we had already been talking to, I think, a few bands about supporting, and it just nothing was coming together. And so, on a whim, threw it out there. Agents liked it, Frank liked it, and the band were able to make it make sense. And so, yeah, it is quite a bill. It's a pretty rocking show, actually, if you
Yeah,
think about
it's
it.
a strong package, I think, is what an agent would say at this point.
Yes.
I must admit, I'm not familiar personally with the American Hyper guys, and I'm looking forward to hanging out.
Yeah. Oh, you'll love them. They're
I'm
great.
going to rip at least one of their ears off. You can tell them I said that.
Yeah, I will.
They're one of those bands that I loved as a
Have
teenager, but I never got
altogether
to see
too
them.
many ears. Sorry, continue.
I said American Pie, one of those bands I loved as a teenager, never got to see them. I don't think I missed them just a couple times that they were in the UK, and then
Yeah.
like they got dropped from their after their second album. I think they didn't they, even though it was like an amazing album.
Yeah.
And then we didn't
Yeah.
really hear much from them for a while.
And they sort of all went on to other things pretty quickly after that. The singer Stacy Jones is one of those interesting dudes. He's like three times famous because he was in Letters to Cleo first, and then American Hi-Fi, and then they ended up being Miley Cyrus's backing band, and then he's in Matchbox 20, and just it's one of those wild things because he's a drummer as well as a frontman. So yeah, I think they all kind of went on to other things and got married and had kids and did the whole thing. But I think they're just at that point, I think, in their life where it's like, hey, let's get back together, make some music, and it timed out really great because I think, well, I mean, I remember from that 2005 tour, our fans just eat them up, so it's going to be great. And again, they're a great live band.
Yeah. I mean, this is going to be just a huge rock outside show, 26th of June at
Yeah,
Guildhall Square.
Yeah,
It's going to be awesome. Like,
it is awesome.
I'm really looking
Yeah.
yeah,
forward to it. Like, it's just going to
Yeah,
be.
definitely. I mean, I think one of the things we talked about in some other chats that we've had is that like um I one of my favorite things about Bowling Flute on a crowded card is that I think that you, Jared, are a phenomenal live band. And it's funny because like I've encountered bands over the years who like won't tour with live bands they think are better than them, which I just think is pure cowardice. Um, and for me, it's just like if we're on a package on a stage, whatever, with a band who are great, it's awesome because it pushes you to
yeah,
do and to play harder and to connect with the crowd more and all that kind of thing. And I just think there's going to be some awesome between all three bands, you know, some great kind of like one-upmanship, like let's do this, let's hold our own against the challenges, as it were.
yeah, yeah. I agree, and I just and putting forth a good night. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys tend to both of you guys tend to not talk as much as we do, so we will most likely do way more jokes.
That's
And
fair. Although, Jared, I will tell you this that I was mixing the live album of show 2000 that we did about 10 years ago. I was sitting in on the mix, I should say, with my friend George Schilling, who was doing it. And we got to Photosynthesis, which is a song where we usually break down the middle bit and I chat to the crowd for a bit and, get them to do a circle pit or something. And it's a fun bit of the show. And on that particular show, I talked to the crowd in the middle of a song while my band were just vamping around three chords for 21 minutes.
there you go. All right.
21 minutes. And like I remember the band slightly looking at me on the night and I was like, whatever. And whilst mixing the record, George was like scrolling forward through the WAV files and stuff. And he was like, when does this end? I don't know. I think we edited it down a little bit for the live record.
Yeah.
It just went on and fucking on. So sorry.
No, I can only say that that's right up our alley. If I'm being totally honest, we did a 2.5 hour show one time, and we played 6 songs. Um, and that's a true story.
I
And
like
not
that.
one person left, not one.
I
And
like that.
so it's
That's
I
excellent.
know I really do. I think the vibe is going to be so great.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
And
I'm sorry to keep one up in this, but do you know Beans on Toast, my friend?
of course I do. Yeah.
Yeah, so Jay, I once saw Jay play a show at Glastonbury, which was a 40-minute show, during which he played no songs.
No
He
shit.
he just kept talking. I mean, he was not 100% sober, I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
He may not have been to bed for a few days before the show.
Right.
He just got up. He used to stand on a chair for his shows. He got up there, just started talking, and just didn't stop. And then after 40 minutes, they just came and tapped him on the knee, and he went, "Okay, bye." And that was the end of the
That's
show.
amazing.
Yeah,
That's
incredible.
amazing.
Anyway,
This is going exactly how I thought it was going to. But I know you've got to get off quickly. Well, shortly anyway. But quickly, Jarrett, you guys have just finished recording your latest album, and
Yeah.
you went and saw them. There was pictures of you in the studio saying
yes,
hello or whatever.
yeah.
Obviously, this tour's happening. Is there potential for a collaboration appearing on this new album?
Well, you know what? That was the plan. But
Oh,
as things go,
Um,
things get
Turns out
busy.
my bassoon skills were not up to sniff.
Frank was
I got
mid-tour,
tan.
and it's something that we really tried to fit in. I mean, the fact that he would happened upon a day off and we were in the studio in some random Poconos studio. That I mean, the fact that that worked out even in and of itself was crazy.
Yeah,
But no, we didn't. But I think that'll happen down the road. I mean, I
yeah.
think that, but I think for this particular record and this particular tour, it was gonna feel real rushed.
Yeah, I
And
think that was the main thing for me is like as and when we do that, and I do believe that we will. I think that both of us want to do it properly. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Want to actually put some time and thought into it. But I mean, to be honest, we spent all these years talking about we'll definitely tour together one day, and then it actually happened. So I'm
yeah.
confident this is a thing in both of our futures, and I'm excited about it. I mean, somebody asked me today, in fact, because I've been doing interviews since 9 a.m. and I finish it at midnight. Somebody
Woohoo!
asked me earlier today if we were getting up during each other's sets, and it occurred to me that we hadn't talked about that yet, Jarrett.
We have not. No, but that's what they see. That's what's great is this is spontaneity is king.
Yeah,
And
I mean, I have some ideas for our show to get you up, so you just think on that. Is all I'm
awesome.
going.
Well,
There's always a harmonica solo to be done.
Oh,
that's
don't
right.
fucking game
I
away.
have done that. I did it at Riot
Oh,
Fest
I know
two
you
years
did.
ago.
I know,
And
and I think that perhaps we could do that again.
Simon, the video is so good because I think Frank is used to whoever plays harmonica leaving the stage after the harmonic solo is done, and I don't have the ability to leave the stage, um, especially if there's people in front of me, and so I just stayed for the rest of the song, and
The rest of
it
the
was it
show,
was a it was great. I stayed the rest of the show, finished it all up,
hanging out,
and
pull up a
no,
chair.
but it was that was a good time,
Yeah.
That was an excellent time. That was such a great day.
great day.
Yeah.
Right. We're already out of time. But this has been a lot of fun.
I
We
know.
should say 26th of June is the show. People should
That's right.
come. The last few
That's
things.
right.
I love both you guys. Love chatting to both you guys and really looking forward to the show.
Yeah.
And I shall see you in June.